Well, it's a pleasure to be here in Amsterdam, and thank you for the invitation to Andres, Luis, and all the team from Bioarray. As I knew that it was the second one in the list, I will not repeat all things that my colleagues said, because I don't want to be saying the same thing, but I will focus in our way of work, because we will do the PGD invasive and non-invasive in frozen embryos, okay, which is not a standard protocol, but in our clinic, when we do an ABF or an egg donation, we recommend maximum to study 3 to 4 embryos with PGD. Okay. Also, or perhaps the couple at the beginning, they don't need PGT, so they do a transfer with a PGT. Okay, and then afterwards, if they don't get pregnant or they have a miscarriage, or if the first embryos are finished and still they have some embryos frozen, we recommend to do PGT to them. We think that we have to do like this, and we don't think that it's logical to transfer these embryos without PGT, or to force the couple to do PGT to all the embryos at the beginning, because this is perhaps too costly for them. No? So we have lots of couples with frozen embryos with PGD, and we do PGD to them. And we have done that from the very beginning of my clinic. Okay, me as a biologist, it was not difficult to warm the embryo up, make a biopsy, and to freeze them once again, and then waiting for the result. No? And like 1 year, 1 year and a half, 2 years ago, we started to work with Bioarray in order to also do the frozen analysis of the embryos using non-invasive PGD. To be honest, I'm still working in the optimization of the fresh non-invasive PGD that I will also do, but not so far. I'm only focusing in frozen, but I'm working now still in the fresh ones. So all the tools, all the data that we will do will be in frozen embryos. I think it's also different, but slightly different. I will be fast. I'm a fast guy, so I will not speak much. And I think it's important to share and to speak about questions. So this is the protocol. Okay, we also use SAGE as you do. This is like this. Okay? Also we use embryoscope, and also we use the same as machines, we use also the same dish. Okay, that's as you said. You can culture the embryos one by one. Okay, so what we do. The day before warming the embryos, we prepare the dish, okay, overnight. We warm the embryos in the morning. First thing in the morning, once the dish are ready, we warm the embryos. We put them in the well 1 to 4, okay, and we culture them. So we put 10 microliters of sage, as you do, if I'm not wrong, and 10 and 30 for washing. We don't do lots of washing steps. Simply we warm it. We wash in 3 steps, washes, and then we put one by one. We change the flexipad, okay, but we do it one by one. Then we culture them 6 hours or 20 hours, depending on what? Depending of the state of freezing the embryo. If the embryo was frozen on day 5, we keep it overnight, so it will be 20 hours. If the embryo was frozen on day 6, we don't do 20 hours because we'll be a day 7 embryo and things too late embryo. So we do over day. So we warm in the morning, and the very same day we freeze the embryo once again. Okay, so it will be around 6 to 8 hours. Usually it's 6 hours and a half because my team needs to go home too. Okay, so usually it's less than 8 hours. So, well, once again, what we do, once the embryo has been waiting for 6 hours or 20 hours, we change them with a big size micropipette. As you said, the embryos will be big, because, you see that? The embryos will be big because we have been culturing them at day 5 to day 6 will be big, or it's already a day 6 embryo. So we don't want to be sticky in the trip. Then I tell you that we have tested different flexipads, and we see that some flexipads are more sticky than our ones, and the embryo was put inside the flexi pit and it doesn't go out, which was a very stressful thing. And then I will tell you later on, we found one level in particular that it's more resistant to that, and the embryo was not as sticky. And then we collect 10 milliliters of the media, and well, we freeze it. We centrifuge and we freeze the tubes, as you do. And then we vitrify the embryos. And as I saying to you, we are using now the Vitromed Nenopets, okay? Because I know, which one are you using?
I think they come from
Couple, okay. Because at the beginning, when the embryo was big, as I tell you, it was stuck inside the pipettes. So that was a big problem because we're using embryos doing to that. Huh? With this, it's not happening the same. Huh? And we are always in our standard protocol, we collapse the embryo before freezing. So this is not something different that we do it in the standard way. Simply before freezing the embryo, we do a laser, but we don't do it in the same well where the embryo was put it for culture. So we have the embryo in culture. We take it, we put it in another drop. There we collapse it and we freeze it. How you do it? You collapse in the same drop. So this media goes. So this media goes out, and you take this media also to analyze or not? Sorry, I'm using this presentation to make questions in live, eh? Because
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Is it done in the? I think on the embryo side. I think so too. It's right.
so you collect this liquid also to analyze it? No, wait. I'm asking. Because some people tell me that is not a good idea. I don't know. It is not that. But we as we speak with somebody else doing that from our company, okay, they tell us that you should do it in separate. So we do it in separate. Well, I'm asking. Well, I don't know. Well, anyway, things to consider. Really, we don't see lots of contamination. When the previous speaker tell us that you have to do lots of washings, we don't do that. But we have to think that the embryo freezing itself requires a lot of freezing, a lot of steps already. You have to freeze it. We have a lot of washing. You have to warm it. Lots of washing anyway. So we don't do much more, but already we do lots more than a fresh procedure. Perhaps it's this, because we don't see lots of contamination, to be honest. What we do is to discard the excess of the oil before putting the tube. So when you manipulate, okay, and you take the medium, okay, always is some kind of oil on the tip of the flexiped. So with a sterile dish, we put that away and we put the liquid inside. You do that also?
We do try to avoid the oil.
Okay, but always we try to wash this tip, and of course we use a mask, but we don't have long. We still have standards, gloves, hats. We wish all the area with wipes with safe, which are pretty good, but we don't have long, and we don't see lots of contamination, to be honest. Well, I mean, I'm telling you, nothing much that you said already. For me, the most interesting part will be the results, because I will compare the day 5 with day 6. Depending on the age, to me it's more important. But well, of course, the protocol it's clue, and some details as using this may save you some embryos. Thank you.